Hello gamers, welcome back to Much Like Gaming. I just want to put my top list of the E3 games that we've seen this week that are actually going to be out in 2017. So we've seen a lot of games that have been announced, some really good ones which look good on the horizon, but specifically this video I'm just focusing on ones that are coming out in 2017. So in the order of the games which I'm most interested for, I'm going to start with Call of Duty World War II. So this is a game which I went back to the launch event a couple of months ago in London, and I was a little bit interested. The single player always going to be good. I've not played a Call of Duty that hasn't had a good single player. With this one, I'm most interested to see the multiplayer, which was shown some at the Sony stuff, and it looked very back to basics gameplay. It had a lot of stuff stripped out of it, which for me makes me really interested. It looks like something that I'm going to pick up day one. So you're going to get a great multiplayer, which is stripped down, bare bones, more just fun factor. You're going to get a cinematic campaign like you normally do. The visuals look brilliant. You know, it looked amazing running on the Pro. It's going to look good running on the Xbox X as well, I'm sure. And just the setting of it, I really like that it's gone back to World War II. So that's my first game up, the one I'm most interested for. Second game on my list is one from Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Origins. And that I'll probably pick up on the Xbox X because it got announced with it, so they're going to be focusing on that edition, I'm sure. I like the fact it's been a reboot. It's going to original era. It's got a new story and an Egypt setting, and it just looks like there's going to be tons and tons of things to do in the single player, and it's going to have like a new objectives and stuff like that. They have stuff that they know has not worked in the previous games. They've probably cut all that out, and it's just going to be a new take on an old formula to hope to get some new people interested in it. And hopefully they don't take too much out, because I didn't really want it to have a break for a year. I was happy for it to continue on because I loved it. The last one, Syndicate, was good. I enjoyed that a lot. One before that, even Unity, I like that. That was no problem for me, but it got negative reviews, so it got slated and didn't sell well. But yeah, really looking forward to Assassin's Creed Origins. The era they've chosen, Egypt, really, I don't think we had a video game for a while that's focused on Egypt, so I'd be interested to see what they can take of it. Third on my list is a little game, sort of more of an indie game called Tiny Tracks, and that's coming out for the PSVR and maybe other VR things. I'm not sure about that, but I know it's definitely going to come out for PSVR, and that'll be out in a couple of months actually from when I've done this video, so it should be out well before Christmas. I like the fact that it's got non-motion sickness gameplay in it. It's got an original concept. I don't believe there's a game out there for VR that's like this. It's more like a Scalextric in front of you sort of thing, but it goes up and down, and you can, in some of it I've seen people put their head under the water because the tracks are over the water. It reminds me a bit of my childhood, to be honest. That's one thing that I'm interested for, and it's something that's going to be for my PSVR that's not horror or action, because a lot of the games that have been announced are horror games or action games. So it's probably between this and another game called Super Hot I'm going to be picking up for my VR. And now fourth on my list is Middle-earth: Shadow of War, and I'll be getting that on the Xbox X because it's been marketed with that, and they've got the sort of rights to it, so they're probably going to be focused on that edition more. So it's got good marketing and amazing graphics to do with the X upgrade and stuff. It's got a new story. You know, it's focused on this ranger that you played from the last game, and it's going to continue on that story. It's got a lot of sort of Lord of the Rings lore, which you didn't get to see in the films. That's good. I like the violence and the adult themes to these games, you know, chopping people's heads off and stuff like that. It's a great single player only game. You know, I don't think they've announced multiplayer for it, which is good. It's just for you to sit at home and after you've been at work all day, get home and play this game. So that'd be cool. I like the sword combat and all the skills that you can unlock to take over other players and other orcs and stuff. That'd be good. And I like the new thing they've announced, the strategy aspect of it, where you've got to build up a force and you've got to plan an attack on a fort or like a little castle or something that's in there. And that looks like an original feature, so I'll be interested for that. And I've got one, Need for Speed on the PS4 Pro. It's like really the last few Need for Speeds for me have been pants. I've tried them all, none of them I really liked, but this one had me sold. It looks like they're going for like a Fast and Furious sort of type game in it. So it's going to have a really good cinematic story from what I can tell. The cars look really nice, and hopefully it's a lot more street cars as opposed to like when you get with Forza and all that. You get a lot of high-end cars that I'd never ever see day to day. A lot more street cars, that'd be good. I like the chases that you had to do, and the slow motion looked good. I haven't seen that for a while. It got overused a bit and it's gone away, and that's going to come back for a bit, so I don't mind that. It looks cool, get some good screenshots for your Twitter and stuff. So hopefully have a good arcade feel, and it'll have excellent visuals. That was it running on the PlayStation, and it looked good, so they're looking better on the PC and the Xbox X, I'm sure. And hopefully it gets some good EA support. The last game, because it didn't sell, it didn't get the support, it didn't pick up sales. One of the good things Ubisoft can do is, if a game doesn't sell, then they help it to sell more, and they continue supporting it, and people will pick it up. EA just tend to chuck out the door. If it doesn't do well in the first couple of weeks, then it's dead. So hopefully they can support it well. And final on my list, well, not final on my list, final on my first page of the list, is Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'll be picking that for the PS4 Pro because it's got the marketing again from Sony and PlayStation, so it should have all the special stuff for it for the PS4 Pro, I'd imagine. And hopefully it's going to be a different game from the first one, which was a letdown. It never got finished. I bought the season pass. I was stupid enough to buy that, and after the first one hit, the guys were already working on the next one, so their heart wasn't in it, and it really dived down after that. So hopefully they can do the content they promised, 3 times the content. That'd be good. I'm not so sure that we've only seen the Clone Wars so far. That looked good, but that's not my favourite era of Star Wars. It's probably the current one that we're in now, and the old films. They're my favourite parts of it. So hopefully you're going to see some of that. The graphics were amazing the first time around. These are even better. What can you ask for in a Star Wars game? It's authentic. Apart from the fact you had Rey versus Darth Maul, I didn't like that. They should keep it era separated. And I'll be interested to see if we're going to get any PSVR features. I know they haven't announced anything yet, but they may do if there is time. There's another game show in a couple of months. They might do that. Next on my list is a game for Xbox X, and that's Crackdown 3. I'm hoping that they can deliver on the original sales pitch they told us. It's totally destructible. We didn't see any of that. That was not mentioned at all. It was just wham bam, here's the game. Here's Terry Crews. I like Terry Crews, he's cool, but I'd like to see more of the game than that. And to be honest, there's not many Xbox exclusive games, so I'll have to be picking this up to support Microsoft. I think it's going to support the Xbox X features, the graphics and all that. And it's going to have Xbox Live support, and apparently it's going to have cloud support, and that's half it's been run on the cloud, so we'll see. So I'll be picking that up. And the only game that interests me for my Nintendo Switch, apart from Splatoon, but Splatoon didn't get announced, and I think it's definitely coming in July, so we'll be getting that. But it's Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey looked great. You had an idea what the gameplay was like. It's sort of a little bit like Mario 3D that we've played on the Wii U. It's going to be a bit like that. It's going to be portable. It's a new IP, I think, for them. It's some of it's set in sort of a New York looking world, some of it's set in Mario World. So it does look fun. It looks like a fun game. I'll be playing it, and it's not as if there's loads in the library of Switch games. So I'll be picking them up, I'm sure. Last but not least, or penultimate entry in my list, sorry, is Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. What can I say about this? We haven't seen a lot of it. It's more of a live action trailer we've seen. Love the original. Actions, guns and comedy. That's it. I'll be getting it. Day one when it comes out. And finally, my last on my list is Forza Motorsport 7. It's on the bottom of my list. If I don't get it day one, it's not a biggie. I just want to get it because it's a flagship title that they're showing off. The usual. It's got tons of tracks and options. What more can you say? It's a racing game. I much prefer Forza Horizon. And the fun aspect of it. That's why up on the top of my list, near the top, is Need for Speed. This is at the bottom of the list. It's not my major cup of tea, but the graphics are going to be good, and there will be some fun moments you can have. And that's my list, my titles that I'm really interested in. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for videos of each of these games. I'm sure I'll be making it onto my channel when they come out. And stay tuned for more. Firstly, I'd like to say thanks for watching this video until the very end. I appreciate all the views I get. Please feel free to give us a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Also leave us a comment, subscribe if you fancy that, and also add me to Xbox Live and PSN if you want a game with me. Thanks for watching.